What should I do first? Joseph told me earlier he saw the barber and his associate hanging in the park. That could be a good starting point. However, I could visit Father Jenkins since the church is right around the corner. Decisions, decisions.
Okay, you got this. First, you nail this role. Prove yourself. It's still the show. Second, you land the lead next year and... Whoa. Hi, Liz. I mean, who are you?
I suppose the electoral propaganda failed to give you a clue. I am Mayor Eliza Barrett, and you are?
Jeff, damn it! Wilberforce Peyton Millhouse III.
Really? There's more than one Wilberforce Peyton Millhouse?
Not anymore.
Are you feeling all right, Mr. Peyton?
Yeah, sorry about that. First week and all. What can I do for you, Miss Mayor?
Funny, Mr. Peyton, but I do not recall hiring you.
Of course not. The studio hired me.
Studio?
Did I say studio? I meant the sheriff. Sorry, it's just the, jet lag. Come on, Jeff. I know it's the first week, but get it together.
Since you are new in town, you must learn the local traditions. One of them being to vote for me in the upcoming election.
Vote for you? But I just got here. Shouldn't I know what my options are first?
Mr. Peyton, you have two options. Vote for me or open the mystery box.
Ooh, mystery box. What's inside?
Well, I am not really supposed to tell anyone, but for one of our brave firefighters. Inside the box is a pair of silver bracelets, a parade with you at the head and Sheriff Coltrane escorting you, and a free one-way ticket out of town.
Oh. Yeah, on second thought, I will definitely not be taking the mystery box.
I am glad we understand each other. Keep up the good work.
Miss Mayor, before you leave, would you tell me the story of Don't Touch?
Don't Touch was a very special bear. Brave, gentle, wise. He had a true gift for stealing people's hearts. He died, a victim of the fires he fought so hard to extinguish. He had already gotten most of the townsfolk and his cubs to safety, and we could all see he was on his last legs when he saved Sam. But then, he rushed back into the building, and it collapsed on top of him.
That's horrible. Poor Don't Touch.
You have some big shoes to fill, Mr. Peyton. Do not disappoint.
Mayor Barrett, you blasphemous, self-absorbed, treacherous heathen! You have a lot of nerve walking in here.
And here I thought the church accepted everyone, despite their past sins. Clearly, you priests are all talk and no trousers.
Good to see you, old fiend.
Enough compliments, Father. I expect you know why I am here, correct?
I don't need messages from the divine to figure this one out. It's been almost 4 years since the election, so...
I trust your congregation knows who is the best option to continue leading this town.
Straight to the point and always self-serving. Two of your most charming characteristics. That said, to be honest, I feel as though it might be time for a change.
Need I remind you of the pipe organ I donated to this church?
The organ's great, Eliza, but that was a while ago. What have you done for the church recently,
Well, if you do not appreciate the organ, I am sure the Vatican will take it back. They will probably be grateful to know where it has been all this time.
Hey, first of all, you said it was a gift. Second, however you procured it is on you, not on me.
I wonder if Pius will feel the same way when I tell him.
Forgive me, Eliza, for it seems the lamb has momentarily strayed. Very well, you have my support, and I'll make sure the congregation knows who to vote for. That said, I will need time to persuade them. Shouldn't take too long. Come back tomorrow and I'll give you a status report.
Glad we are on the same page.
Eliza, I may have my doubts about you occasionally, but I know you really do want what's best for all of us. Heck, if you ran for Pope, I'd even vote for you then.
Maybe someday, but the presidency comes first. Besides, I do not care for the hat. Remember the day you decided to become a priest?
Like it was yesterday. I thought I was a dead man. My life flashed before my eyes and everything. But I prayed to the Lord and I was saved.
I think your exact words were, God, I know I might have strayed a bit. Okay, maybe a lot. But for the love of everything I hold dear, if you save me, I will devote my life to you.
And you guys showed up 2 seconds later. If I had only waited 2 more seconds.
What were you doing on that volcano?
I was an innocent young man, wide-eyed and new to the world. I just left home to go on Rumspringa. Maybe I was running a little wild, with all the partying, the illegal buggy races, the women, the drinking, the gambling, the men, the cobra fights.
Yes, perhaps just a tad.
No regrets, Eliza. No regrets at all.
Are you tired of always serving the same dry wafers every communion?
Eliza, we've been over this. I know you don't want to lose your corporate sponsorship, but
Why not switch to the rich, sweet, creamy taste of Twonkies? One bite, and you will know that heaven is real.
how many more times do we have to go through this?
Well, I have a lifetime contract, so
Uh-huh. So, same time next year?
same time next year. I am Eliza Barrett, and I approve this message. Tell me, Father, how do you keep your flock so loyal to you?
Well, we have a lot of programs aimed at benefiting our community. There are seminars, motivational talks, pamphlets, information sessions. And that's not all. We've launched an amazing remote conversion program in cooperation with the Army.
Tell me about those pamphlets.
They advertise our weekly meetings to discuss our Lord and Savior Jesus.
Do you also have one on leprechauns?
Don't be silly, Eliza. Everyone knows those are extinct.
Really? But just the other day, Amos said one of them made off with his pot of gold.
May the Lord be with us. I'll need a week to prepare. Let's see. We need steaks, holy water, protein bars, bottled water.
Are you sure you can handle a hunt at your age?
I could use that pot of gold. Thanks to your daughter, I've had to replace that stained glass at least 6 times.
What kind of seminars are we talking about?
Oh, we offer many kinds, ranging from marital advice to living a pious life. We even discuss science in some sessions.
Living a pious life? What a dull subject.
It's basically a series of reminders that if you don't behave according to the Holy Scriptures, you, well, go to hell.
So much for instilling hope in your flock.
Well, after 3 hours of striking terror in their feeble hearts and minds, we eventually reach the Q&A. That's where I really shine. What can we do to avoid going to hell, Father?
And then comes the talk about redemption through donation. Clever. A science seminar? Is the church finally emerging from the Middle Ages?
That seminar examines and disproves many of the fallacies of modern science.
So, just to be clear, when you say fallacies, you mean...
Debunking asinine theories, of course. The Big Bang, gravity, evolution, dinosaurs. All those things you really can't see or prove.
That is quite funny, coming from someone who worships an all-powerful figure who no one has ever seen. With the number of seminars you hold, I'm surprised none are about the apocalypse.
Oh, we do have one. It's the Four Horsemen Sin Seminar. However, that's not a class so much as a front.
A front? For what?
Me and 3 other local clergymen play poker in the church basement.
So, I gather that means you are still struggling with your gambling problem.
I don't have a gambling problem. In fact, I bet you 5 grand right here that I don't.
Apparently, some former Navy man is starting a wild new religion.
It's not a religion so much as a cult based around evading taxes.
As opposed to?
Not funny, Eliza. These guys make the Mormons look reasonable and grounded.
Do they now?
The hell they do. Enough of this topic.
What can you tell me about your military work?
I suppose you mean our holy flock of the sacred drop operation?
Go on, then. Tell me. What are they? Crusader pigeons or something?
What a ridiculous idea. Where would we get pigeon-sized chainmail?
Father, you are looking away from me.
Oh, fine. I'll tell you. It's an elite flock of specially trained pigeons. They carry the word of God and drop it to those in need. Unfortunately, we've suspended the project for extra training. Apparently, they're dropping something other than books.
You mentioned motivational talks?
Oh, let me tell you, those motivational speeches really get the blood pumping.
I do not mean to be rude, but this church is empty whenever I stop by. Who is attending your speeches?
Attending? Oh, you've got the wrong idea. I give the talks to myself in front of the mirror every morning. Without them, I would have quit this job years ago.
Is your faith not reason enough to wake up each morning and face the day?
Faith doesn't pay the bills, Eliza.
You know, Father, I have come to a realization. It might finally be time for me to confess my misdeeds and seek forgiveness for my sins.
You almost got me, Eliza.
One day, maybe.
I think it's too late for you.
I was under the impression that anyone who confessed was granted absolution for their sins.
Well, that's true, but... Well, if we start right now, we might be able to finish before one of us dies from old age.
I believe it is time I return to my duties.
Go then, and may God watch over you.
You're late with the shipment again! That's the 3rd time this month!
I'm honestly surprised I made it out of there.
Filthy nut smugglers! They're becoming smarter and more organized by the day.
What are your orders?
Take the secret route down to Ciudad Juarez. That should buy us some extra time.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
A statue in honor of Sheriff Pat Garrett, the most important person to ever come out of this town. At least until I came along. Are you really in the mood for jibber-jabber? Okay, but remember, I tried to warn you. Do you have a moment, Lorraine?
Sure do. What do you need?
So, my dear,
Nope.
you do not even know what I was going to say.
You were gonna ask me if Tucker and I were voting for you in the next election.
Well, that just proves how little you know about me, Lorraine. What I was actually going to say was... Well, yes, I was going to ask exactly that. But how could you say no? I was under the impression we were friends.
Of course you were. I mean, of course we are.
Lorraine, about what happened to your last store.
Eliza, I'm sorry to be so blunt, but get your head on straight. Your kid's a sweetheart, but she should never have access to a wrecking ball.
Come now, Lorraine. You know my offspring would never do anything to you. She adores you.
Oh, is that why she jumped out of the driver's seat and yelled, "Suck it, fruit lady! This is what you get for marking up your Twonkies!"
How could a wrecking ball cause an explosion of that magnitude? What in the name of Hamilton's Holy Quill did you have in that basement?
Just some fireworks left over from last 4th of July.
You are telling me that massive explosion was because of some sparklers?
Well, they were very high quality.
Going back to that unfortunate incident with your store. Look on the bright side.
The only bright thing in this mess was the white flash that took my store from me.
Oh, do not be so melodramatic, Lorraine. Town Hall paid for the building, you are in a better spot, and Amos is nearby should you need assistance.
Joy.
How much did you lose in terms of produce? $50?
$50? More like 5 million acorns. Yes, a year's worth of acorns.
I think it is time to settle your complaint about the construction plans.
Sure. You can start by telling me your plans for the 3rd floor of my building.
It is just a plan B in case my attempts to return the orphans to Corona fall through.
Oh, I know how your plans pan out, Eliza. Which means your plan C is dropping those kids in my lap.
You should give it a chance. Children are the most precious gift we can receive.
Look me in the eye and say that again, Eliza. Say it like you mean it. You will not saddle me with several mouths to feed for the next 10 years just because it's convenient for you. Now give me back my Shark Tank.
Shark Tank? Why would you ever want a Shark Tank? What are you, some sort of spy movie villain? I usually let Amos handle this sort of thing.
Oh, no, dear. No need to bother the sheriff about this. Everything's just fine.
All right, Lorraine, I must be taking my leave.
Have a nice day, sweetheart. Eliza, wait. Don't you think there's something we should go over before you leave? It's that time of year, after all.
Christmas? Nonsense. That's still a few months away.
Don't play coy with me, Eliza. Now, let's take it from the top, shall we?
Well, isn't this a beautiful day?
It sure is, dear. But something's missing.
You're right. What I really need to feel complete as a person is something sweet and yummy.
Don't worry, I've got just the thing for you. Twonkies!
Twonkies? Wow! Sounds delicious.
Here, have a bite.
That's exactly what I've been missing all my life. I am Mayor Eliza Barrett, and I approve these Twonkies.
Now that wasn't so bad, was it, dear?
At least this cursed endorsement pays for all the offspring's messes. Amos's conspiracy theories before lunchtime? Let me first find a tinfoil hat.
Dear fools, I'm on my break at Mike's Diner. If you want something fixed, do it yourself at your own home. Or just wait for me. Whatever. Love, Linda. P.S. If I catch anyone fooling around in here, I'll wrench 'em good. Don't test me.
can anyone make a living selling this tripe? Certainly, you sell costumes like hotcakes once a year. But then what? You live off fumes and charity. Now that is one big cat.
Heavens above! Look who deigned to grace us with her presence! If it isn't the worst mayor in history!
Oh, Michael, you're as funny as your food is edible.
I know, right? Hey, wait a minute! You want to say that again? I'm not scared to kick out the mayor!
You sure you want to try that, Michael? Considering how that worked out for you last time.
Damn you and your friggin' lawsuits, Eliza! How you managed to convince an entire jury that I hurt your foot with my butt is beyond me! Just don't stay here too long. You'll scare off my clientele.
Miss Mayor, it's so good to see you. You're welcome to join me for dinner if you like.
Thank you for the invitation. But I would like to avoid contracting ringworm tonight. Thank you.
Well, then what can I do for you?
What is the current status of our casino project?
Operation Clean Eating is right on schedule.
Speaking of which, perhaps we could move up the demolition date.
As much as I'd love to, we need to wait. Rushing it could jeopardize the whole operation.
Wait, back up! What's getting demolished?
Oh, nothing much. Just a lowlife's pride and joy.
Well, glad to hear you aren't talking about my diner!
Why are you sitting here all by yourself?
I don't mind.
Now, what is wrong?
It's just... I find it hard to click with people my age around here.
Perhaps you would be interested in speaking with Mr. Slim?
Oh, John? No. There's nothing between him and me.
Oh, I know what's going on here! You're in love!
You were in love? With who?
And why do you care, Slim?
Yeah, Slim, why do you care?
I was just, trying to show interest in my fellow citizens. Yes, that.
How about instead of trying to pry information from others, you all keep to your own damn conversations for once?
And Eliza Barrett comes in to kill everyone's fun. Ah, fine. Keep your silly little secrets to yourselves.
Thanks for the save.
Consider it a perk of our arrangement, Miss Jones. What you need is to partake in some extracurricular activities. There is a former athlete who needs help getting their life back on track.
You mean Garrick? I'll have to pass on that one. It's too dangerous. That little thing has a self-control problem when it catches onto the scent of...
Oh, so that's where the chicken wings were.
Oh no. Mike, what are you doing? Get rid of them immediately before it's too...
Oh, God!
Like hell, this is a game over. Get this thing out of the way now! Just give it time. You will make friends eventually. I know you will.
Thank you, Miss Mayor.
That will be all, Miss Jones.
If anything else pops up, you know where to find me.
Michael?
Eliza?
Will you vote for me this time?
Nope, don't think so. Not likely. Not happening.
Very well, Michael.
Absolutely not. Not in a million years. No way, Jose.
I get it. Are you...
When pigs fly, when hell freezes over, and, last but not least, over my dead body.
You know, I can arrange that last one. How is it possible that the last 3 mayors tried to close this place down, yet all have failed?
Silly Eliza. This diner has been here longer than the town itself. My ancestor, Miguel Caminante, founded La Taberna de Miguel over 500 years ago on this very spot. And ever since then, there's been a Barrett trying to take it down, and failing.
I will find a way to destroy it, Michael. And you know I always get my way.
And I say, bring it on!
Michael, I've read a few files containing records about this establishment. And let me just say, every single word was a nightmare. Poe would be jealous.
Hey, thanks!
That was not a compliment. Regardless, I find myself with some outstanding questions.
Do your worst! I got nothing to hide from you! Well, nothing besides what I'm already hiding from you!
How did your family come to open a restaurant here?
My ancestor Miguel was sentenced to death by Hernan Cortez!
Why would someone like Cortez bother with a walker?
Well, Miguel was in charge of feeding the crew, but after misplacing some ingredients, they accused him of witchcraft and attempted murder. He managed to escape with his pockets full of Aztec gold, which he used to build his tavern. He had one dream, to become the greatest chef in the world.
My condolences. So, this place was financed by stolen gold and built on top of a cursed graveyard.
Your point being?
My point being, this dump is double cursed. Which actually explains a lot, if you think about it.
But, Eliza, 2 negatives make a positive. So my diner's not double cursed, it's super blessed. That's just basic math.
Who will inherit the Walker legacy after you are finally after you?
Betty, of course. She's perfect. She loves the job. She already knows half of my secret recipes.
Michael, would you excuse me for a moment? Pardon me, where were we? Ah, yes. You know what? I have heard enough from you on this topic.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I have wasted enough time on you.
Feelings mutual. Now get the hell out of my face.
Oh, Miss Mayor. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Slim. So, Mr. Slim, who are you going to vote for in this upcoming election?
You seem like a solid choice, I guess.
Just like that? No questions? No wild requests?
I try not to overthink politics, and I'm sure you'll do a good job, right?
Of course. Easiest vote of my life. Thank you for the chat. I had best go about my business.
See you around, Miss Mayor.
Unless you have a good reason to speak with Miss Valentine, I suggest you leave her alone for your own safety.
No, Bombini! You capito niente! You have to go down in the 3rd round. 3rd round, capiche?
Come on, mister. We've been at this for hours. I heard in places I didn't even know existed.
Fine, take 5, Bambini.
You'll pay for my sister's medicine if we do this, right?
I am a man of my word, Bombino.
All right then. For Sandy! Okay, for Sandy.
Would someone care to explain exactly what is going on here?
Niente, Syndica. Actually, we were just teaching him about the beauty of sports. Right, Bombini?
Yes?
In that case, I expect you to be on your best behavior. You are representing our town, and therefore me. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you will excuse me.
Arrivederci, Miss Mayor.